So I've been meaning to make a video of my story, who I am, why I'm playing hockey again, how I got here, where am I going. And in no way am I trying to get millions of followers, trying to be YouTube famous. I'm just sharing my story, the knowledge I have, and I actually have some spare time right now because I'm sick from a couple teammates. And this past weekend, we had games up in Breckenridge. So I can't go to work. I'm stuck inside. And I figured since I have time, I might as well make a little short video. The quality's not going to be great. It's on my iPad. And this is the quality that you get. But here's my story. So I started playing hockey when I was 4. Before that, I was hitting a ball around and stuff. There's videos of me when I was like 6 months old, walking around, hitting a hockey puck, a hockey ball. And once I could play in an actual league, my parents got me in. And from there on, I loved it. It's just something I've always loved. My brother played a little bit, but he wasn't as into the competition as I was, so he didn't play long. I think before he got into a checking league, or maybe he played one season in like Pee-wees. But anyway, I started doing AA travel whenever I entered a Pee-wee league. I did make AAA, but we didn't have the money because there's way more travel. It's way more expensive, and we could barely afford the AA travel. So I played for the Granite City Steelers, which later became Twin Bridges. I can't remember the area we merged with. I believe it was like Sun Valley or something. I can't remember. But it is now called Twin Bridges. It was the Granite City Steelers. And did that for years and years up until I made varsity for high school in junior high. I was in 8th grade. We were allowed to practice with the high school team to kind of get a feel for things and see where we were going to go. And in one of the practices, we were doing a defensive checking drill, a very common one where, the forwards would skate up from the corner, the defense would skate out, and you would do like a one-on-one, and I was rocking guys. I'm 5'6". Well, now I'm 5'5.5" because I am shrinking. I got a bunch of bulging disc, degenerative disc disease, so I am shrinking every couple months or so. But I was a short guy, and I was rocking the biggest guys on the varsity high school team, just nailing them, putting them on their ass. And they thought it was a fluke, so they had me do it again and again and again. And they put me on the varsity hockey team whenever I was in 8th grade. So I didn't start my first year, but I was on the team. I was second line. And then my freshman year, I was starting on defense. And I got expelled for 2 years, so I wasn't allowed to play from my sophomore year through my junior year. And I came back as a senior, which they didn't count my credits eventually. They made me a freshman because I found out later after I got my GED as a result of this that I owed a book from the library, so that's why I didn't have my credits count. It was stupid. Either way. So I missed 2 years. I came back my senior year. I didn't keep playing those 2 years I was off. I didn't keep lifting weights. I was benching 250 the year that I got expelled. And when I came back, I probably couldn't even bench press 70 pounds. I was still playing okay, but I wasn't that good. I was more focused on getting high and drinking, and I became a heavy alcoholic. And I drank anywhere from 20 to 30 beers a day from the age of 16, 17, up until March of this year. And last year I switched to rum. I was drinking anywhere from 25 shots of rum a day. And I started weaning myself off. I was realized I was dying. I watched my father die in 2018 from liver cirrhosis and the same thing. So I I knew I had to quit. I just mentally wasn't ready. Even after watching my dad die, I knew if I quit, I would end up drinking again, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to mentally prepare myself. So last year, I made it a goal to be sober by April 1st of 2023. And I was cutting back so hard, I was withdrawing, and I honestly thought I had a concussion, which I did have a concussion. I hit the back of my head really hard walking to the store in the winter, slipped on some ice. And the symptoms for a severe concussion are very similar to alcohol withdrawal, which I didn't know at the time. And there was times I was hallucinating. I would see demons and all sorts of crap. Witches, the Reaper. There was one point that you shush, Bean. There was one point I saw, like, my neighbor, like, casting spells from her window. She's a mean, evil lady anyway, but yeah, I was going through DTs. I ended up cutting back so much that I had a seizure 2 hours after my last drink. My last drink was March 7th at like 10 p.m. And at midnight on March 8th, I had a seizure in my sleep. Woke up to EMTs in the house. Went to the hospital. Was in the hospital for 2.5, 3 days. And I felt great for the first couple weeks. And then anxiety was really bad. My blood pressure, just sitting on the couch, 165 over 135. Just walking to the car, 200 over 150. I was in the hospital 5 separate times after I initially got out. It was really bad. But I've always wanted to play hockey again. I just didn't think I could do it because all I did was drink. But something popped up, and I was like, I'm going to play hockey again. And I ended up buying a padded... Because playing roller is cheaper than getting all the ice equipment. I didn't have any of my equipment anymore. It was all in a storage unit at Montrose. So I bought a couple sticks, thanks to my girl. She bought them for me. And I still had my inline skates that my dad left me years ago. So I went and got knee pads, stuff like that, a helmet. Just the basics I needed to play roller hockey. Ended up getting... God, I lost what I was doing. Yeah, I don't feel good at all. I ended up going to a garage sale. I bought inline pants from a guy. I bought his skates, which were brand new, because they're really old Missions, and they're kind of falling apart. But unfortunately, they were a size and a half too big. I ended up selling them. And I bought a padded shirt off this guy. And he told me about these roller hockey drop-ins. So I went to the first drop-in, and one of my best friends now, that I didn't know at the time, him and the captain of the team I would eventually get on, were there practicing, and they asked me if I wanted to be on their team. Well, one thing led to another, and I joined that league, and I was ringered pretty much immediately. Played the next season, was kicked out of that league. Started getting asked to join every single role. Every team at the place wanted me on their team. They're like, we want you. And I'm like, I already got, Sunday team. I already have this team. So pretty much I play roller officially. I'm on teams for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I do drop-ins on Friday, and then I'm on a Sunday team. And then for ice hockey, I started getting asked to join teams. And one of the leagues I'm in now for winter, unfortunately, they're kicking me out. And especially after they find out what I played this last weekend, they're definitely going to kick me out. So I play on 3 or 4 ice teams right now. One of them has one more game, which is next week, and it's a low level league. They paid for me to play so I can help coach them. It's a bunch of beginners. So I match my speed. Some of the teams are actually really good, which is crazy, and then some of them are really bad. So I match my speed. I don't go out there and fly around and run up the score. I'm just there to have a good time. I'm there to help teach people. And that league has one more game than the playoffs, and we'll probably have one game in the playoffs because the team's really bad. Everyone's beginners. The goalie we have has only been playing since June. He's getting a lot better, but it's hard to play with all beginners like that, including a goalie who's still learning. Still hasn't even gone to goalie training or anything like that. Just bought some pads because his kids do it and just hopped in net. Really cool guy. Then I'm on another ice team, and the girl who is the captain of that team is on my other team that I'm getting kicked out of. There's 4 of us that are getting kicked off that team. It's a weird league. Some of the teams are really good. Other teams are like 60-year-old men, and because we've only lost 2 games, they're saying we're too good and they're going to kick us out, which is stupid. But anyway, so this last week, I saw this ad for the MHL. It's the Mountain Hockey League. It's a full contact NHL rules. You can fight, check. There's 3 periods, 20-minute stop clocks. They Zamboni the ice after each period. They do the national anthem. It's legit. It's a smaller league, but it is a legit semi-pro league. And I saw these ads on Facebook for this team that needed some subs because some of their guys are injured or they couldn't make it into town because they don't get paid. The players that do get paid, their teams are a little older, so I think they make like $100 a game or something, 120. And the crazy thing is, my buddy who I sold a stick to like a week ago mentioned this league because I was like, yeah, I really want to play contact again. He's like, have you ever heard of the MHL? No, I haven't. And he showed me some videos of him at a game. He's like, it's legit. Like, it's a semi-pro league called the Mountain Hockey League, full checking, you can fight, the stands are packed. And so I answered this ad, and they invited me to come play, paid for my hotel. They took care of me for the 2 days. We went up to Breckenridge, and I didn't think it was going to be that hard to play. But, boy, I'm in Denver, so the altitude is 5,280, 5,300 feet. And we went up to Breckenridge, and it's the highest rink in North America. Did not know that till I talked to the other team's coach at the bar Saturday night. And I don't drink. It don't bother me. I went there to eat and hang out with the guys. The other team invited us, so I wasn't going to turn that down. And he said they tell all the teams to come 2 to 3 days early to get acclimated. Otherwise, they just destroy everyone, and they did. They whooped our ass. It was 17-1 the first game and 15-1 the second game. But I did start both days, and they asked me to come back and said I'm now part of the team. So I am officially playing a semi-pro ice league. And it was a lot of fun. It was a really cool experience. I was actually shaking, very scared, right before we went on. Like, I got dressed. I was feeling nervous. We were there 2 hours early before our warm-ups. And you do a 20-minute warm-up. Then you go back to the locker room. They zam the ice again. And then you go back out. It's legit. It was a lot of fun. It was a cool experience. And I was really scared until I got my first check out of the way. I got hit a couple times. Everything started kicking back in from high school. Like, okay, that wasn't that bad. And then I started rocking some guys, and I'm so used to playing beer league and playing lower leagues, not semi-pro ice, but just, even the fast-paced C and B leagues. You run into someone, you say you're sorry, and I hit this guy, bashed his face into the wall. He went flying, and I literally was like, bro, are you okay? Like, are you good? He gets up, starts hitting me in the face, and he's like, you fucking pussy. And I started cracking up. And then after the game, they let us put our bags in their locker room so we could dry our stuff out if we wanted. I'm so used to my stuff being wet since I play literally every single day of the week. It doesn't ever dry anymore. And after the game, he apologized. And he's like, dude, he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, you were literally checking on me. And he's like, no one's ever done that before. And I was like, yeah, dude, I hit you and your face flew into the wall. I wanted to make sure you're okay. And he's like, no, I appreciate that. And he turned out to be really cool. He was a douchebag in the game, but after the game, you shake hands and, that's it. Like, that's hockey. And there was a big fight, which was dope. The guy on our team, Bo, he, he's a cowboy, legit, like rancher. Beat the fuck out of this dude. And we are before I forget, the Wyoming Rock Springs Roughnecks. And the team is based out of Salt Lake City, is where pretty much all the players are from. And then I'm from Denver. And the team, though, like the home rink is in Wyoming. And there's a huge story behind that. Supposedly, there was a team years ago. The owner cut someone and was murdered by like a disgruntled parent, so they shut the program down. And now this is their second season for the first time in years. So they're still in a probationary period. Their players can't get paid yet. They're still going through the hoops and trying to get everything, up to speed, and they're still building their team, and the owners are real cool. Met them. That's who called me and was like, yeah, we want you to play. And then the other day he's like, dude, you're part of the team. We want you in Wyoming. And then we're going to Texas, Mansfield, to play at the Dallas Stars practice rink. And then we're going to Vacaville, California after that. And then after that, we will be going to New York to verse the New York Fire Department, which is a huge team. And they do that New York Police Department, New York Fire Department game every year in one of the NHL arenas. I don't know if it's the Rangers or the Islanders, but we will be playing, from what I understand, at the Islanders arena in New York. And that's going to be an insane experience. So it's just crazy to me. It's just something I want to get out there, that you can change your life if you're an alcoholic or addicted to anything. And I mean, just in 1 year, I went from being a huge alcoholic to getting sober to playing minor pro roller hockey and now semi-pro ice hockey in under 9 months, which is insane. It's like birthing an entire new person. 9 months, I went from drinking, 25 shots a day to not drinking at all and playing semi-pro ice hockey. It is just insane. I thank these guys so much for taking me in. They're a really cool group of guys. The team definitely has some things to work on. Positioning was one of them. We kept saying, because I brought another buddy of mine, and he brought his buddy out to help him. And they don't cover the points, and just out of position. Everyone's huddling down low in front of the net, in front of the slot. Just way too much clutter. We would get the puck, and we can't skate it all the way out. It's just too hard at that level. You have to have good breakouts and good passes. And we would pass it up the boards to them, and they wouldn't even be there, and it would just go right to the point. And then if we did try to carry it out, one of their guys would just poke check it and throw it back in the corner. And it was just really hard. So the positioning needs worked on. And I could tell some of the younger guys on the team, they're 18, 19, somewhere like 20, 21. They're scared to get hit. They seem really scared to take a hit, really scared to give a hit. And if you watch the games, you can see a lot of that puck reaching where you don't want to get close to the puck because you don't want to get hit, but you still want to try to control it, so you reach out with your stick as far as you can. Things we used to see in our high school team, and then our coaches would make us run the gauntlet. So we realized, hey, you're playing hockey, you're going to get hit, but if you do it the right way, you can throw your weight back into it, you can brace yourself, you can hit someone in the corners. And that was one thing I forgot the entire 2 games until I was watching the games was you can pin people. So, in all the other leagues you play out here that I play, but like anyone playing in beer league, etc., you can't play the body. Like, you can't go on the boards and pin someone. You can't hit them. You can do that in the P.I.H.A league, but it doesn't happen often. But in this ice league, it's something that you have to do. And I forgot that when they're in the corner, you don't have to just rock them. You can hold them and pin them against the boards. And there was a couple times I did it, and I didn't even realize it was just second nature for me. I pinned one guy. I had the puck in our feet. Another guy came up trying to hit me and push me, and I stood there until one of our guys was able to come scoop the puck. And I completely forgot that you can pin people on the boards. So I know I need to practice on some things. I need to start lifting weights again. I have my endurance is fine. It's just, you go up to Breckenridge and think you're going to play your top game. No, you're not. I thought it wasn't going to be that bad. Even my girl was like, you're going to be fine. It's not that bad. It's, only 5,000 more feet. Oh my God. It was horrible. Literally 30 seconds, 60 seconds, not even skating hard, just gasping for air. Just straight up dying. We had oxygen on the bench. It was horrible. It was really hard to play like a top game. Down here in Denver, I can skate. I've done it before in like a C league. The whole game. I took a 5-minute break in one game because we only had 3D. We were rotating, me and two other guys. And one guy was really out of shape. The other guy was intermediate. And I play every day, so I was like, I'll stay out here. I have to catch my breath here and there. So what I do is I stay back on defense, get my breath caught up. But I played the whole thing. Up in Breckenridge, there ain't no way. I literally at one point thought I was gonna die. My buddy too. We were both on the bench like huffing and puffing. His wife filmed us and was like, "You both looked like you were gonna die." And he was hitting the oxygen can, and he was like, "I'll never knock that again." He's like, "I always made fun of people for using it." It is really hard to play up in Breckenridge. If you are playing a team up there for some reason, you have to go up there a couple days early to get acclimated. Otherwise, you're not going to play a good game, and you're not going to feel good. But either way, that's my story. I just wanted to share that. It was a cool experience. I never thought that I'd be playing semi-pro hockey this fast. I was starting to look into options, and I was thinking about going back to college, or I know some of the schools around here that have hockey teams, they're like D3, but they're not, and they're NCAA, but they're not like a regular college. It's like a club or something from my understanding. So they have open tryouts. There's no age restriction. If you make the team, you make the team. But now I'm playing in the MHL, and I'm going to stick with it. I need to get my strength back up. Still keep my endurance going, but I need to be able to bench press 200, 250 pounds again. So I need to get on that. I need to just be prepared for anything. There's literally a scene in the game we played where I'm all about one-on-one. So if one dude's fighting another dude, you let it go. When someone else jumps in, you have to jump in. And there's a point where one of our guys was like wrestling and fucking with one of their guys, and then one of the other team's guys came in and started choking him out. So I had to jump in, and I wasn't trying to fight him. I was just trying to pull him off, and then another guy comes flying at me, literally grabs my jersey and dog walks me across the ice, which is hilarious. It's a big viral clip in our area right now. But yeah, they have fight straps on the jerseys. I didn't know that was a thing. We didn't have that in high school because you weren't allowed to fight. But yeah, you literally tie your jersey to your pants. I didn't do it because I was like, I'm not going to get in a fight. But you never know what's going to happen. So next time I play, I'm definitely going to put the fight strap on, get it tied. If you have a cage, you're allowed to wear cages in this league. So you can wear your cage, but if you instigate a fight and you don't take it off, it's a 10-minute penalty. So if you start punching a dude, but you have a cage on, you will get a 10-minute penalty, which is stupid. And you can take your helmet off and line up and fight a person if you need to. And our team, Bo, like he said, he's like, I don't ever want to fight someone, but I will. I won't back down. And he didn't. This guy kept fucking with him. He was like, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight. And the dude kept messing with him. He's like, all right, that's it. He took off his helmet and literally beat the shit out of this guy. He beat him so good, the dude's face was like swollen up. He couldn't play the next day. But the team we played against has a 35, 36 person roster. So they rotate a lot of people. And we had like a 12 to 15 person roster. And the captain's out for an injury. There's a couple other people out for injuries. Either way, it was a cool experience. I just got to say, it's insane to me that I went from literally drinking every day and quitting and having a seizure and then going through a month or so of high blood pressure and stinking like cheese from all the toxins leaving your body. Literally stunk like a fucking cheesy butter. Like, it was weird. It was horrible. It was disgusting. You know, high blood pressure, stinking like cheese, headaches. Oh my God, the headaches. Just headaches every day for no reason. Just be driving, all of a sudden you get headaches and they don't go away. And if you did any sort of exercise, they were really bad. When I first started playing hockey, my head would hurt for an hour or two after each game. It was horrible. But you can literally do anything you set your mind to. If you practice hard, if you manifest it, if you literally want it, you will get it. I promise you. I never thought that I'd be playing in a league like this, and after my buddy mentioned it one time, one weekend, I was like, yeah, I want to play in that league. The next weekend I was playing in that league. So you just got to pay attention and just work your butt off. I mean, I'm skating 9-10 times a week out there. If I'm not in a game playing, after I get off work, I'm at an outdoor rink. Even though I'm on rollerblades, I'm out there shooting, I'm practicing, I'm stick handling. And you can do anything you set your mind to, and it's just insane to me. But yeah, so I do play. I'm not signed, but I am playing on the Rock Springs Roughnecks for the Wyoming team in the MHL, which is just amazing. And I will try to upload some clips of the game. I'm not very good at editing, but you can find the games on Mountain Hockey League's YouTube channel. It's literally Mountain Hockey League. You'll find the games Breckenridge Vipers versus the Wyoming Rock Springs Roughnecks, and we got our asses kicked. But it was a lot of fun. I got to lay out some people. Some people tried to hit me and take me out, and we either both fell or we both stood our ground. And, you know, people see me and they're like, oh, he's small, I'm going to knock his ass down, but they don't realize how stocky I am. And, you know, I'm not fat, but I'm a thick boy. Like, I'm 190 pounds, 180 pounds, and a lot of that is, like, leg muscle. My legs are huge, and they've always been that way, but anyway, I'm just rambling on. I feel like shit. I'm sweating my ass off in here. So I had some time to make a video, kind of explain who I am, where I'm going. I don't know. It'd be cool to play this for a couple years and then try to go out to Sweden or something. It's just good experience under my belt. I'm trying to get as high as I can in the next couple years before I get too old, because I'm 33. I'm not getting any younger. My back's not getting any better. But I have that drive to where I will put up with the pain. I will deal with the aging just to play some pro hockey. Whether I make the NHL or not, the SHL, the KHL I probably won't play in ever. Don't want to. I mean, if I can play in any pro league, the ECHL, anything, and just keep going up the ladder, you know, I will be happy with myself. I'm already happy with myself, but I want to keep moving up. I want to do the best I can for the next 5 years, and people might say that's crazy, but I don't believe so. I have the drive. I'm ready. Like, I wasted 15 years of not playing hockey since 2008, and I'm ready to play. I'm practicing literally every day, That's all I do. And I'm ready. I want to keep moving up. I'll deal with the pain. I'm motivated. If you don't play hockey for 15 years and you love it, it was something you always loved since you were a young boy, like 4 years old, playing. Before that, 6 months running around with a stick and ball, stick and puck. You will. There's a drive that I can't explain it. The guys I play with, they're like, "How the fuck do you play, 9, 10 times a week?" Because I sub for a lot of teams. I will literally play a game, and then I play a game right after, and then I'll play another game right after, for 3 straight. I don't take a break, especially in roller hockey. For 3 straight games, I will play. Sometimes four. There was one day I did five games back to back to back to back to back. It did not bother me because I have that drive. Yeah, after the adrenaline wore off, my back's killing me, but it was worth it. I haven't played in so long, and I regret it because I wasted my youth drinking, my 20s, my early to mid late 20s, up until now my early 30s, and I'm playing hockey again. And so I missed all of that youth, what they're looking for. But if I could play in the MHL a couple years and get a contract to go to Sweden or something, or play any higher league in the U.S., I I will feel satisfied. I already feel satisfied, but I want to keep going. So that's my story. I know I'm just rambling. I know it's a long video, but I just want you guys to know you can do anything. You literally can. It's insane. I used to not believe that, but if you set your mind to it, you work hard, you can do it. So, good luck out there, y'all. Much love. Be safe. I hope you don't get sick with whatever the fuck this is, because it sucks. And wish me luck. Peace.